Hello, and welcome to Songs for the Struggling Artist, the blogcast. This is episode 154. As I record this, I'm not sure if it's going to be late or without a song. It's going to be one or the other, just because I'm going to be out of town for a few days, and I would not have time to record the song. I have time to record the podcast right now, sort of in a quick moment, but the song is not yet forthcoming. So I will either put it out on time, but with no song, or late with a song. So you listening now may already know that information because it'll be in the show notes. If there's a song, I will tell you what it is. At the moment, there is none. So it's a surprise. Check at the end. I don't even know yet. So today's episode has already yielded some results, which is nice. I'll tell you more about those once we finish reading here. This is the royal we, me and myself. That we may expand for other purposes, as you will hear in this post. So here it is. It is called Posse, Team, Community. Here's what I'm looking for. A squad, a posse, a team. Specifically, a squad, posse, or team that is ready to mobilize for protests and marches and events. Here's why. I do not enjoy protests and marches. I'm a highly sensitive introvert with an aversion to crowds and shouting, but I know they make a difference, and I often feel as though I ought to go. Unfortunately, sometimes I just can't muster the will. The main obstacle is that while there are many, many things I am very happy to do by myself, protesting is not one of them. So, going to a protest often becomes the act of trying to find a date for something I don't even really want to do myself. Hey, friend, you feel like going to go do something I am definitely not going to enjoy but feel like I should go to, and which I'm hoping you'll say no to so I have a good excuse not to go? There are just too many opportunities to forget the whole thing altogether. It's too easy to not go. What this brings to the forefront for me is how little community I have in my life. I have a lot of wonderful individual friends, but I don't have a community anymore, and it's become clear that I need one, or several. Because here's the thing. If I had, say, a WhatsApp group of protest buddies, I could just find out where they were meeting at that reproductive rights rally on Tuesday and turn up. Maybe even go and get a drink after even. If I had a squad, I could start the conversation or just show up. Sometimes the community would call me to action, and sometimes I could call the community to action. I now really understand why so much of the civil rights movement began in churches, because that is a ready-made community. You can speak to a room full of people all at once that way. You don't have to call up each individual church member and ask them to come to the march. You just ask them all at once. And then those people can carpool to the event and the next and the next and the next. And if a strike gets called, everyone's ready to walk. It is very handy for organizing people. So where's an irreligious person to go to try and get some community going? Where do I go to find a squad? I tried the feminist book club in my neighborhood, but when I mentioned I was looking for protest buddies, I got a lot of blank stares. And one person said, I have to work. The protest I was talking about was 5 days ago. You're already off the hook. The thing is, I know I am not the only one who is reticent to go to a protest on my own, but who would be easy to include with a suggestion from a community. Humans are social animals. Even the most introverted among us can still be brought into a circle by the desire of the group. I need a group to want me to show up because it is just too easy not to. I mean, I have to work, you know? What time do I have to work? When's the protest? Oh, yeah, Then's when I have to work. The times are such that we are likely to need to hit the streets more than ever. Reproductive rights are under fire like never before, and we have to get out there to save women's lives. We all need squads. Maybe you don't need a squad right this second. Maybe you, like me, live in a state that's not in too much immediate danger of attacking women's personhood, but I think we have to start building our squads now so we can hit the streets at the drop of a text. Not because they're coming for us right now, but because they're coming for everyone. We all need a protest posse, I think, even if we don't think we're going to go. And since my feminist book club was a bust, I figure I'm just going to have to try and start my own squad. So if you're in NYC and you want to be in my squad, let me know. I'll drop you a text. We'll all hit the protest, maybe get a drink after and call it community. So the good news about this post was that quite a few people were like, oh yeah, I'm totally into being a part of the squad. And many of them are sort of personalitied like me in the sense that they are not super excited about it, but are like, yes, I'll go. Let's do it, which is great. That's really gratifying and lovely. The only thing that is tricky is that we have to figure out how we are going to communicate because everybody, I think because we're all sort of like, what's the word? Crowd averse. We're all like, could it be this kind of communication instead of that communication? And so there's like 4 different preferences in a group of 6. So we're going to figure it out. It's going to happen. I'm just sort of trying to coalesce. I'm making a poll now for preferred modes of communication. And maybe I'll just have 3 posses, one for emails, one for texts, one for WhatsApp, one for Signal. I don't know. We'll see. But if you want to join the squad, you are welcome. So far we're not doing anything. It's just me taking people's information. So, but I hope eventually we'll actually go to something. We'll be ready. We'll be so ready. Anyway. So as promised at the beginning of this episode, the answers are now here. There is a song, and this is super late. This post is coming out about a week after I would like for it to have. But I have a song for you, and I decided to wait because I just felt like this particular post wanted this particular song. So what we have here is Pete Seeger's Solidarity Forever, which has the tune of another song, which I'm sure you'll recognize. It's interesting. It's been interesting working on this song because I had this idea that, Pete Seeger was kind of like, oh, it's folk music. It's super easy. And, here we go. I just thought like I would like be able to like read it off the paper and sing it to you and be done with it. But it actually took quite a bit more effort than that. There's a level of, I was super surprised as I was trying to record it, like, oh, I need my like Shakespeare training to get through these words because there are a lot of them and they require a certain kind of like, sort of Shakespearean level of attention paying to just like get all of the words into a phrase. Who knew? Not me. I had all kinds of respect for Pete Seeger on a kind of political level, on a, movement level, and, musically, like being the voice for the people, all of that stuff. But I did not realize his skill as a lyricist, I guess. I mean, it's funny. Anyway, coming right up is Solidarity Forever. And before that, just to say, if you feel like supporting the podcast, that would be awesome. First way would be tell a friend, tell somebody to listen. You can give it 5 stars on the old Apple Podcasts, write a review, subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you would like to directly support me, which would be amazing, Patreon is the A-level support. That is patreon.com/Emily R. Davis. There's also PayPal and Ko-fi. You can just sort of drop me a tip there. I just got $3 from somebody yesterday for a blog, which was just it was just lovely. It was like, oh, they liked it so much they gave me $3. That was nice. So yeah, any of those places, all of those links are in the show notes. And I think that's it. Hopefully the next one won't be 2 weeks. But the scheduling in my life has changed a little bit. So it's the usual time that I was recording has shifted. So I hope I will be right on it next week. Meanwhile, enjoy Pete Seeger's Solidarity Forever. When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? The union makes us strong. Is there aught we hold in common with the greedy parasite who would lash us into serfdom and would crush us with his might? Is there anything left to us but to organize and fight? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The union makes us strong. It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving midst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. All the world that's owned by idle drones is ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundations, built it skyward stone by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to master and to own, while the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The union makes us strong. They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The union